The essential understanding for this lesson is, you can describe a cube by talking about its faces, edges, and vertices. Knowing these attributes helps you draw a cube. Previously, students used their flat surfaces, edges, and vertices to identify cubes. In this lesson, students examine cubes in more depth. They learn that a cube is a three-dimensional shape with 6 equal faces. Each face is a square, with 4 edges of the same length and 4 right angles. This problem is key because students are asked to describe the attributes of a cube. Listen and look for students who only describe the visible faces of the cube or who confuse the attributes of a cube with the attributes of a square. Provide these students with a geometric solid of a cube to touch and hold as you describe the attributes. These are edges. These are vertices. These are flat surfaces or faces. Each face is a square with 4 edges and 4 right angles. Encourage students to count the edges, vertices, and faces. Placing tape or stickers on the shape may help them keep track as they count. Listen and look for other students who recognize that the shape is a cube. It has 12 edges, 8 vertices, and 6 flat surfaces that are squares. These students are developing an understanding of how to talk about faces, edges, and vertices to describe a cube. Later in this lesson, students will use what they know about cubes to draw them.
This is a solid figure. How is a solid figure different from a plane shape? A solid figure has many faces. It is three-dimensional, not flat. A cube is a solid figure with 6 equal faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Each face is a square with 4 equal edges and 4 right angles. Which shape is not a cube? These are cubes. These are not cubes. Why is the green shape not a cube? Why is the yellow shape not a cube? On the green shape, the faces are not all the same size. The yellow shape is not a solid figure or three-dimensional shape. It is a plane shape or two-dimensional. You can use dot paper to draw a cube. The dashed lines show the edges that you can't see when you look at a solid cube. How does the dot paper help you draw a cube? The dot paper helps you to draw straight lines, and it helps to draw lines in the right direction. How many edges do you draw in all? You draw 12 edges in all.
Now you know how to draw cubes and describe how they look.
See this shape? It's called a cube. It has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. The faces of a cube are all squares, and they are all the same size. Let's look at some real-life objects and tell if its shape is a cube. Remember, we can tell a cube by counting its faces, edges, and vertices. How about this soccer ball? Is it a cube? A soccer ball doesn't have edges or vertices or a flat surface, so it's not a cube. What about this toy? Is it a cube? Yes, it has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Do you see another cube? How about this one? The basket is a cube? How do you know the basket is a cube? That's right. It has 6 faces that are squares, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Do you see another cube? The pencil case kind of looks like a cube, but it is not a cube. This object has 2 faces that are squares and 4 faces that are rectangles. Look at the last object. The pattern block is not a cube because it is not a solid figure. It is a plane shape. You probably see cubes all the time. Alphabet blocks, number cubes. Now you know what the actual shape is called and what's so special about it. I think that's so cool.